Welcome to the Right Side of Grace podcast. I'm Addie.
I'm Rick.
Welcome back.
What we do last week?
Always do that without
laugh?
Phil. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
He does it every time.
We'll put it on. It's the little
I know
little
that
button.
little,
Like the iCarly remote.
it's like the clapping.
Huh?
I don't know.
iCarly remote? Do you not get that reference?
Yes, you do. You used to watch iCarly 24/7.
Huh?
When they would do
I watched
iCarly,
I watched
and
iCarly.
they press the remote, and it would
Sam's
do the
remote.
clapping
yeah.
or the laughing.
Yeah, I barely remember that.
So he's lying. He also watched Hannah Montana.
I'm not lying that I did. I didn't say I didn't watch iCarly.
You're telling me you don't remember?
I just don't remember. I'm 50. It's possible that I've forgotten a few things over these years.
Okay. What was iCarly about?
She had a blog?
Correct. What
Yeah.
kind of blog?
A vlog.
A vlog. Yeah, more a vlog. She was actually a vlogger before,
Vlogging was cool.
but they were more like game show type, right?
Yeah. Like it was talk show.
It was like weird stuff in that room.
Yeah, they did all kinds of stuff.
I always wanted her bedroom. I thought it was cool.
All right.
Pre-fire or post-fire?
Post. I like to post fire.
I don't know what that means.
Because she had a bedroom redo. And they like got a, do you remember the chandelier?
The gummy bear chandelier.
Yes,
Which
that's
is why it caught on
Mhm.
fire, but then he redid it.
It was cool. Anyway, sorry to get off task. Welcome back to episode 5.
6.
This is episode 6.
Oh, I read quick recap of episode 5.
Yeah.
And so
Probably.
then, sorry about that. Welcome back to episode 6.
Yep. So last week we talked about going to FCA, Matt Johnson, kind of the hot seat stuff. What we used to do.
Milkshake Monday.
Mondays.
Forgot about all that.
That's
That
all
was
we did. So
Fun stuff.
and then we asked about questions from the audience, which we got a couple. So
Did we actually?
Did we?
yeah,
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I got them on.
Who are they from?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Oh, okay.
So
Probably from Shelby.
so anyway, let's talk about driving pet peeves, because today I don't know what it is, but when people drive, I just get a little bit upset with people sometimes.
Basically, he has road rage. It's literally all
I
it's
actually
called.
don't have road rage. You need to know the definition. You know how you pick wrong words. So road rage.
What is it? Say it again.
Road rage
That's what I thought.
is when somebody pulls somebody over and yells at them and screams at them and does all this crazy stuff. I don't do any of that.
Oh, yeah. You're more like,
I just say comments under my breath. Why are you so
annoying.
annoying? Yeah.
Stupid. Why do you drive like that?
So I'm at you know where the mall, the Concord Mill Mall, the loop, the outer loop is?
Well, you need to explain it for people that don't live in Charlotte.
Well, there's a mall with the outer loop of the road. I don't know how else to explain that.
Basically, the mall's here. If you're not watching.
Insert image.
Does anybody know what a mall looks like?
Okay, but you got to explain the road you're talking about.
There is a loop around the mall.
And it's
that
a
is
road
inside the parking lot.
Right. Thank you. That's all you need to say. Because when you say loop around the mall, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Maybe just let me get a minute to flesh it out. So mall, loop, and then the traffic that comes from the main road, which is Bruton Smith Parkway. So that's where all the major traffic comes in from, and it's pretty busy mall. It's like the largest tourist location in North Carolina, which is strange to me that is the case.
It's also the largest sex trafficking place.
This is true. This is why we love
you need to be careful.
Present Age Ministries, who helps stop that.
And if you're a girl, do not go to Concord Mills
Alone. This is
on
true.
the weekend.
So, all right. So anyway, all the traffic comes in to this looping road, and it's not supposed to stop. There's signs everywhere. Traffic that goes from the main road to the loop or into the mall is not supposed to stop. It's ongoing traffic.
Okay.
It's nonstop. So it just comes in, and there's stop signs for everybody on the loop.
Mhm.
So I get to the loop. There's a car coming, and he's pretty close to the stop. I stop. There's nobody behind me. There's cars behind him. Well, he stops and starts waving me to go forward. I'm halfway paying attention because I'm stopping, waiting for him to go. I'm looking for the third car that's behind him to go before I can go. And then I notice he's like visibly angry and waving at me, and I'm like, what? What are you doing?
Mhm.
And so I just give him one of these. I'm not going anywhere. I got a stop sign. And I point at the sign that says incoming traffic doesn't stop, that he can look at and see.
What
And
what was his reaction?
he's yelling at me going, and I'm just going, that sign right there. And then finally he goes, and then I mean, there's nobody behind me.
Yeah.
Like, why stop 3 cars that are behind you that are, coming from the main road trying to get in to wave me on?
Yeah.
Like,
It
I don't
just
understand.
slows everything down.
Just do what you're supposed to do, and I'll do what I'm supposed to do. Kind of like when you go to a roundabout.
Yeah, roundabouts really get me going too. I get so mad.
Is that road rage?
No, I just get irritated with people that don't know how they work. Like when somebody's sitting there, you're behind them. They're sitting there and there's like somebody comes out of an exit and they're just waiting. It's like, no, you should have already gone. You shouldn't be waiting for them. Like you just keep going. When people don't know how to work a roundabout or they're scared, I'm like, what are you doing? You're literally, or my biggest thing is four-way stop. Like, oh my gosh, I hate a four-way stop because first of all, nobody pays attention to who gets there first. And then if you go and you get there first and then you start to go, somebody else feels like they got there first and then they get mad at you.
Mhm.
But it's like, you were sitting there for 5 seconds. I'm just going to go. And then, yeah, I hate a four-way stop. I get really irritated at those. Jesse one time told me this thing. Well, I feel like a lot of people know it, but we don't really do the middle finger, obviously, because that would be bad. But I love when you just give them the thumbs down. You're like,
what does that mean?
So you're driving by. Let's say I actually did this over Christmas. So I had
Are you confessing sin here?
no, I didn't do the middle finger. So
But did you mean the middle finger in your heart?
This is kind of what it is. So basically, just let me explain my story. So I was at this Target and, I think it was 2 days before Christmas. And that's like the worst time to ever enter a Target, especially the parking lot. And this Target too has like a million other stores. So it's just really populated. Well, there's this four-way stop and I get to the four-way stop. I go, well, this woman decides, who I know for a fact, like I will admit when I'm wrong. She got there after me. She decides she's going to come on and she's about to hit me. And she's like honking her horn at me. And I'm like, I just look at her and I just went, and you just give her the thumbs down and then you keep going. It's like a little nice way. It's nicer than giving him the middle finger.
Okay.
Also, I just don't think you should do the middle finger.
I agree with that.
Because sometimes you never know who you're giving the middle finger to. It could be a church member.
What?
Guys,
what are you talking about right now?
I have to say something. I have always been so scared that one day I was going to do something so stupid. Not give the middle finger, but like do something dumb in my car or like be on my phone. And like a church member that knows my dad, but I don't know who they are, like drives by and sees me and then like tells my dad. And it's like, I saw Addie the other day.
That's happened already.
I know. But so that's what I'm saying. Or I'll be driving and somebody's like, oh my gosh, I drove behind you. And I'm like, oh, nice. I get worried. I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm a horrible driver, especially like parents. And if I've driven their kids before, I'm like, oh gosh, like
Kristen Higginbotham called me one time and was like, hey, Addie, I drove behind Addie.
slow.
She drives slow.
I drive slow in certain situations if I'm not really like trying to get anywhere. I'm just like not thinking about anything, which happens a lot. I drive really slow. But if I'm like trying to get somewhere, then I drive fast. Or if I'm nervous, then I drive fast.
So I don't drive fast around town. I drive normal.
Yeah, get them on the interstate.
But if I'm on the interstate,
ask my Nana.
Yeah, don't ask Nana.
Ask her.
She has to sit in the way back and knit. Like literally, she
can't look out the window.
Can't look up. I don't drive that bad. It's just that she has some anxiety.
Okay. He's a professional driver. He has his professional license.
Only one in the house. So anyway, here's what I hate though the most.
Oh.
Here's what I hate the most. Those the DoorDash drivers or any Uber Eats, whatever, all those guys that do and they park, like they don't park in a spot and walk into the restaurant. They literally park in the fire lane especially at university where,
Oh, university. I wish that area would be burned to the ground and rebuilt. I hate it. Nobody knows how to drive there. The roads are awful. There's a wreck every day I drive to school. I see at least 2 wrecks.
yeah, well, just in that food.
Yeah, that food area.
Yeah,
horrible.
just right there where it's all
Kava,
the eating area,
Viva.
Kava, all that stuff.
Wait.
They literally park in the fire lane. And are we doing something? Okay. All right. They literally park in the fire lane right there on the curb, and you can't. It's narrow anyway, so you can't get by them. And if somebody's coming the other way, you're like stuck. And they don't care. They could care less. They're like, "Oh, I'm an Uber driver. Or I'm a
Even though it's
DoorDash."
illegal.
It's illegal.
It literally is.
But it was the funniest thing the other day. We went to City Grill, or not City Grill, City Barbecue, and for college lunch or whatever. And they had a guy sitting there, and he was booting cars.
No way.
Yep. And it had a sign on the car on the door for the City Grill or City Barbecue, and it said, be aware. It's like telling people, be aware. There's, a new policy here. If you park in the fire lane, they'll boot your car. I mean, people are parking, getting out of the car, walking in the restaurant, and a guy was sitting there in a truck, and he'd come out and boot them. And they would come out, and they were screaming and yelling and angry, and I loved every second.
That's
every second of it I enjoyed.
My favorite thing in the world is when people do something wrong and then get in trouble for it. And then they're like,
and then they get mad about it.
How dare I get in trouble? I'm like, this is what you're asking for. You park in a fire lane.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get booted.
And it's not like it's confusing. It literally says on the ground,
do not park.
Fire lane, like all the way around the whole place.
I would be interested to see like how much longer. I know DoorDashing probably will stay probably will stay
forever.
A long time. But I hate it. Like, I think it's ruined. Like, there's this coffee shop in Harrisburg called Sunflower, and it's great. But, like, they have mobile order, and it takes 20 years for you to get anything if you're just in there. Like, me and my mom will go, if we get a sandwich, it takes, like, 30 minutes to get a sandwich because there's so many mobile orders coming in. And then it's always like these people come in and they're just like, mobile people annoy the crap out of me because they come in there. No, just listen. They come in there and they sit there and they stare at the worker and they're like, I have a mobile order or I have a pickup if they're a DoorDasher. I have a pickup and then they don't know the name. So they have to go find the name. And then they get mad at the worker if they don't have it. They're like, we ordered it. And she's like, we're working on it. And like, they just have no patience. Anyway, they just annoy me. And then they cut in line and they're like, no, don't worry. I'm a DoorDasher. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, this is still a lie.
That's the
like life
the attitude.
They just act like life doesn't apply. Like, rules are no longer because I am a DoorDasher.
I think
it's like when people have that handicap sign, they put it in their car and they ain't handicapped. Yeah. That annoys the crap out of me.
I think that a DoorDash driver would have the audacity to pull up at the White House, park with the Secret Service drawing guns on him, go, no, I'm good. I'm a DoorDash driver.
Let me pull out my hat.
Right.
Give me 10 seconds.
I do DoorDash.
Wait,
I can park where I want.
Let me get the little heated box. Let me strap it on.
My little red box. Like, it drives me insane.
Charlie was a DoorDasher.
For 2 days?
He still was. It counts. He's annoying too. I'm just kidding.
So, no, I don't think.
I'm just kidding.
He probably didn't pull that truck up there.
He also didn't probably cut in line. He would never do that.
Well, okay. So that was real graceful. Toward all those people that irritate us.
I have grace unless you're DoorDash.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Or Angel Reese.
That was the ranting. I apologize. We shouldn't have done that. That's okay. Oh, I don't care. I was just being nice at the end. Okay. Let's do this. Let's ask a couple of these audience questions.
Okay. Well, we do want you guys to ask us more because I think it's fun.
Yeah. So there's been a few.
What are they? Oh, no.
So what is your favorite childhood memory? Or memories is actually plural.
That is a really, really tough one. I am not going to lie to you.
There's 3 questions. Favorite childhood
I just
memories.
have a lot of good childhood memories. I don't know if I could choose.
Well, you don't have to it's the memory is not going to get mad at the other memory.
Okay, well, I guess I don't know if it would just be like this one specific, because I have so many. I feel like we had a really fun childhood, so it's hard.
We'll just give a couple. 2 random.
Oh, God.
It doesn't have to rank. You don't have to rank them. Just something you can remember right now.
Okay, well, I always loved at our old church praise mill, I loved going on Saturdays. We would always, my dad ran the sports ministry. And so like our family was there all day long. And I used to think that was so fun. Like every single Saturday, it wasn't that fun. I know.
No, it was
Like
great.
me and all my friends and my siblings, we'd run around the church and run around the gym or the soccer fields and just like, we would do the most random stuff. We would break in. I don't know if I should say.
Say it.
We would break into the pastory all the time. And we would try and get into the basement because we thought it was haunted. What else would we do? We would go in the backwoods and like we would find these like hidden. We would do the most random stuff.
Now the backwoods was like maybe 20 feet wide, but like forever long.
Yeah, we would go back there all the time. We found this like we would do the most random stuff, and then we would always order at the concession stand. We'd just say, "Put it on the tab." Our tab was probably what, $10,000.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not kidding. I would go.
It was a lot though.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Well, not dinner. We weren't there that late.
No.
But breakfast and lunch we would eat at the concession stand.
Yeah.
And the workers were like Allie and Justin, and we'd be like, "Just put it on our tab." And then like my dad would have to cut us off. He'd be like, "No more tab. You cannot have the tab," because because like they would have anything you wanted, a sausage biscuit. If you wanted a donut
tell you
bowl.
what, that concession stand was really good.
No, it was amazing. And the food was good.
Yeah.
And like they had good snacks. Anyway, I just remember we would always
put it on my tab.
Put it on the tab. That's probably one of my favorite things we did growing up. Just like I don't even know. Like we would just run around and like my parents weren't watching us. They were like had 8,000 other things to do. So we would literally do the stupidest stuff.
Nope. I had not a single eye on you at all.
We would try and break into the Pastorian. Like we had a whole plan.
Pastorium.
M?
Yeah, your mom says it.
I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but we did do that. It was fun.
It's fun.
I don't know if I have another. Oh, I would probably say, I guess one that's more like not with friends and just like my family. We would always do, we would jump on our trampoline in the backyard with the sprinkler underneath it. And I thought that was so fun.
Oh, yeah, I did.
And then one time we brought our trampoline up to the top and we did dunk. To our like basketball goal and we had a dunking contest. And I used to love, sorry, this is like 3. Me and Shelby and Charlie and Jesse would play 2-on-2 basketball versus each other. And that was always fun. We would always end in a fight.
We started playing 3-on-3.
Yeah, our parents would play with us. Or our Nemaw one time came out. I will literally never forget this till the day I die. I will never forget it. She came out and my parents were gone on a trip. And so whenever my parents would go, my Nemaw pops would come and stay with us and watch us. Well, she comes out there and, we're playing and we're like, she's like 60. She can't do anything. She comes out there and first of all, she's just Nemaw, so she's really good at everything. And she does a hook shot, but not like a from the side hook shot under the basket, runs underneath like dribbling and does like a backwards layup hook shot and makes it. And like, it was the craziest thing. Anyway, that's another good memory. We always play basketball out there.
She had a great jump hook.
She was very good. So many like injuries on that court. Probably like broken something and we just never went to the doctor.
No, there was no broken bones, I don't think. Not that I remember. Except for maybe Trent. Didn't Trenton break?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I don't remember any broken bones, but I'm glad for that. So those seem like good memories.
They were fun stuff.
The tab occasionally, well, more than I had to pay at the end of the year, I would go to pay because it was like it'd be in the hundreds,
well,
like
I'm gonna be really honest.
or close.
I didn't think my parents paid it. I just thought like
you thought tab meant.
I thought tab was just like Monopoly money or something. I'm like, I would just because they would be like, you guys are coming up here. Like it got to a point where they would tell us no. They'd be like, did you ask your mom and dad? And we'd be like, no. And then they'd be like, okay, you need to go ask them because we would just. I mean, it was like free reign.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They go up there for it became expensive, so we had to put a stop to it. But we had some anonymous church members who I don't think were that anonymous. I think it was like Jamie and Andy, several of the guys
They would pay your tab.
Yeah.
Shut
at the end of the year.
up.
Mm-hmm.
That is so nice. That is so nice.
I don't know who it was.
Probably because it was
suspicions.
like $800.
It wasn't ever $800, but
oh my gosh,
I think it got $200. The things were like $1 for
we
a
would
drink.
not like we were up there getting,
and it was 8 weeks, so it wasn't.
Yeah, we would get like Gatorade every 5 seconds. It would be like finish a Gatorade, go get another one.
I don't think it was that. They had some control over you a little bit. It just felt that way for you.
Yeah, I felt like we were up there, and it was like free, like a free store. I loved it.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah.
You used it quite a bit. So, all right. So, favorite childhood memories. What about? I guess I should tell one.
Sure.
Yeah, I had childhood too.
Yeah, that's fine. You're the one that was trying to skip it.
So we we had so many, Kim and Kelly and I had a good childhood. We did so many things. We played sports. I think probably the most fun we had, we played like hot box. I don't know if you know what hot box is.
I know what hot boxing is.
What is? I don't want to know. So anyway, hot box is what we used to play is you had 2 bases, and they were, maybe 30, 40 feet apart. You had a base over there, base over here. And it was basically getting a rundown like a pickle. You'd have somebody with a glove over here, somebody with a glove over there, baseball glove, and you throw the baseball and you run from each base and try not to get tagged out. And if you're on the base, you're good. If you're off the base, they run you down or tag you, then you're out. We did that all the time. That was fun. We played every sport you can play, football, baseball. Like our neighborhood was great. We had a bunch of kids in the neighborhood. We played, we could have a basketball game, a baseball game, a football game, and we played tackle and almost kill each other every week. It was a good time. I enjoyed my childhood growing up doing all those kind of things. My mom and dad would just kick us out of the house. We grew up in the 80s,
Well, y'all did that to us.
But you were outside in the 5 acres right here next to our house.
I know.
But it was like we would leave the house and go to other neighborhoods until dark.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't do that.
So they're like, just be back when the street lights come on. So when street lights come on, we would go home, or they would come out of the house and yell for dinner. So I do
remember this one time. One of my good friends from elementary school, she lived like, how far do you think the Musics lived from us?
400 yards.
Well, like if you drove, it was like 4 minutes down the road. But
no, they lived like a par 5 away.
Well, okay, whatever. Well, one time we did walk from her house to my house.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, y'all had pretty good.
We were not allowed to be inside a lot.
Sydney and you guys were really pretty good friends, so that was y'all were like.
Yeah, but I remember that was the first time that we were allowed to do that kind of.
Yeah.
We walked with her brother. Anyway.
So.
That's a good childhood memory. Playing with your friends.
Favorite food or meal?
Oh, interesting.
Like, what would be your?
Oh, like death row?
Well, if that was it, your last meal. It didn't say last meal, but let's say if
my
you had your
favorite
last
meal. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go.
I think you know off the top of your head.
So my favorite meal is steak and potatoes and probably green beans. It's pretty good.
What kind of potatoes? Mashed potatoes?
No,
roasted potatoes?
I really like roasted. They're like mini potatoes. They're so good. You put like garlic, thyme, rosemary on them.
You actually have become a really good cook.
Perfection.
Lately.
Really.
The last 2 years, maybe 2.5.
Call me a chef.
I mean, she's gotten really proficient in the kitchen.
Oh,
so.
Thank you. I do love that meal though. It's so good. And especially, my dad's good at cooking steak. I will give him that. But so is Charlie.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie knows how to grill a steak. And when he grills it, I'm like, this is good.
Charlie's gotten really, really, really good at it. Like, he's better than I am. Like, if I'm cooking barbecue, I'm better than Charlie. If we're cooking steak,
like the pit master.
Charlie's better than me. But if I'm on a regular grill, like with charcoal, I still think my charcoal grill steak is better.
Never had your charcoal grill steak. Maybe you should do it. Oh, we don't have a charcoal grill.
We do charcoal grill. It's just sitting behind the shed.
Well, I
Covered
do.
up. But anyway.
Yeah, I do love a steak, so that would probably be my death row meal. And, well, should we do favorite dessert?
I mean, it's a meal.
Yeah. So my favorite dessert is chocolate chip cookie and ice cream. Vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream is the better option because then you can put stuff on it.
No. I'm a plain girl.
I like shell. I like the chocolate shell.
Nope, not a fan.
I know you're not.
Because I don't like hard stuff in my ice cream.
That's fine.
Like
I respect
hard
that.
chocolate, I just don't really like it that much. But
yeah,
I do love
I like the, because when I was coming up, when I was growing up, they had Dairy Queen with the dip cone, but that was new. That was kind of a new thing. So they would dip the cone.
Don't have Dairy Queen near us, and we never go. I could not tell you the last time I went to Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen's near the church, but not near us.
What?
Yeah.
There's
Prosperity
one near the
Church Road. Yeah.
Why have we never done that after a softball game? Why do we always go to Andy's?
Well, because it's in this shopping center and it closes pretty early, and there's like room for like
we didn't appreciate
6 people.
We didn't appreciate Dairy Queen when I lived in Georgia.
We went a lot.
I'm saying I know, but we didn't appreciate it. Yeah. And now we're here. I couldn't tell you last time I had a Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Man, I love it.
We know that cotton candy.
Man, I love a cotton candy.
I personally like, what is it? It's like fudge chocolate brownie.
It's the triple fudge.
Oh, I don't know about all that. Is it?
I thought it was.
I just like the brownie one.
Oh, I thought it was like a triple.
It might be. I'm a chocolate
chunky
person though.
Yeah, so. You are chocolate. You used to go, but when we
Choco brownie extreme.
I don't know. Is that it? Is that brownie? It probably is.
Hold on, it's loading.
Wait, how are you?
I do like
slowest you've ever been. Alex.
I do like cookies and cream.
It's your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I was gonna say blame it on our Wi-Fi.
It's cold.
Oh, because Charlie's playing whatever.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
No, Madden.
Madden.
He probably is playing Fortnite.
Madden or college football, whatever. They play that all the time.
He plays video games.
He is.
When I was leaving the other night, Fortnite was on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because where I park, you can see.
You can see inside.
If the blinds
was
are
that
open,
Jesse playing, though?
Huh?
No, that was probably Charlie.
Oh, okay.
We're exposing. Sorry, Charlie.
I don't think he cares.
No.
I don't think he cares.
Probably not. So, but yeah, that's my favorite food. Well, favorite meal. What's yours?
Good. I don't know. I would ask if I was on death row.
Wait,
can I go to a buffet?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Well, is it something mom cooks?
Well, you guess what you think it is.
So I have a really hard time guessing because I know you love sushi.
I like all kind of. The problem is I like.
He likes any food.
I'm like Mikey likes it. I like everything.
Yeah.
I like it.
He never has gone to a restaurant and been like, I cannot eat here.
That's true.
Well, which is probably most people. But anyway, I'm trying to think. I know for a fact you love Mom's hodgepodge soup.
I do like the hodgepodge soup.
I don't know if that would be your favorite.
It's not my favorite. Like if I was if I was on death row or it was my last meal, I don't think I'd have hodgepodge soup.
Neither would I.
What is hodgepodge soup?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
What it sounds like.
It's
just a bunch of
not
stuff.
Good.
It's not like what we call what do we call it? The
trash.
Corona.
Oh, trash. Corona.
Remember the Corona casserole or whatever we had?
Oh my gosh. My mom one time made.
It was during COVID.
She made Corona casserole. It was so bad.
It was just like we were just cleaning everything out of our pantry.
Which, by the way, I wish we could go back to COVID sometimes and have the grocery. We didn't appreciate how cheap everything was either.
We did not.
Like, we should have stockpiled gas. Does gas last that long?
I mean, how big of a tank do you think I'd have to have to stockpile gas?
$15 for me to buy gas for which we all know my car is small and the tank is small. But it was $15. It's like 35, almost 40 now.
Yeah.
And like everything at the grocery store, you could buy chicken for like what?
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know either. I was trying to give an example and I don't know.
Mom.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, Dad doesn't go to the grocery store.
No,
well, he does sometimes.
I used to go all the time.
Okay. All the time?
Ask your mother. I used to go more to the grocery store more than she did. She would just give me a list and I would go and get it. I used to shop more than anybody in the whole
at Sam's Club.
And hold on.
Are you looking it up?
In April of 2020, a chicken breast cost $3.15. Today it costs just under $4.
Oh.
It got up to
a significant percentage.
Like $4.75 in September of 2022.
Talking about
but beef is really
prices. Beef is expensive.
It went to like $5 a pound.
But eggs right now, horribly expensive.
My neighbor just started selling her eggs, and it has been the best thing ever.
How much does she sell them for?
We got 18 for $6.
What?
Can you give me your deal?
No.
Actually, no, we have a supplier.
We got
a supplier. Shout out the Millers.
Yeah, Danae and Max, but really, it's the kids.
Yeah.
So Jake's leading the charge.
Jake's my egg man.
Yeah, he's the egg man.
He gave me eggs on Wednesday.
I know.
And I told you I was supposed to tell you to pay for them, but then she was like,
I tried to pay.
Yeah, I know. They told me they were a gift.
So
beef was like $4.25 in April, and now it is $5.54.
Oh,
for ground beef.
It's terrible. Right.
Our economy. We need.
So I would, my favorite meal. Like, I'm a pizza guy.
Oh, duh.
I absolutely love pizza. Pizza,
but it's got to be good pizza.
Right. Duamici's here in town is probably the best pizza in Charlotte area. I think so.
Bold statement.
I mean, it's really
There
good.
is this pizza place I really want to take you to.
Okay.
It's called Pizza Baby. It's in Charlotte, and it's seed oil free. It does sourdough pizza, and it doesn't use any. It's like from like the owners are from like Italy or something, and so they like home make everything.
Yeah. I like Pub 49's pizza too. They do pretty good. They kind of like a Midwest style where they cut it in squares, cut it differently than the triangles. So I like pizza, but I'm also like, if I had a guilty pleasure and I was like if I was going to start a diet and I needed to eat like the Fat Tuesday diet, if I was going to just splurge before I started my diet.
Horrible idea.
I know. But if I was going to do it, it would be Chinese food.
Oh.
Because I absolutely love Chinese food, and Chinese and middle mixture of Japanese.
He likes the not orange chicken, teriyaki, sesame chicken,
General Tso's chicken. I like it all
with that rice. Mix it all up.
If you mix it with the rice, it's really good.
Yep.
Fried dumplings, all that stuff.
Egg roll.
It would be difficult. I would have a big order, and I would finish it. All right.
Pretty good.
That's it.
All right. What's our last question on the dock?
Movies. Favorite movie.
Oh, this is
all time.
No way I can answer this.
All right. Well, give us maybe one of your favorite movies of all time. I grew up in the 80s.
You're going to have to go first because you already know yours.
Well, when movies were the best. And I feel like all entertainment, music, and everything. We grew up in the greatest entertainment era ever.
Are just not as good anymore.
No, I don't think so. I think there are starting to get better.
Yeah, the TV show. We should talk about that anyway. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I think the TV shows are starting to get better because, there's less. I think there's less political correctness currently than there has been, and so I think they're moving away from that and just being real. And there's more original shows. Like everything's a remake over the last 10 years. Everything they've been remaking everything, and I'm not a fan of remaking it like close to the same and kind of distorting the original story. I don't like all that. So
yeah.
I'd rather you just be completely original and do something. So if you make an original show, I'm tempted to watch that more than anything. But going back to favorite movie of all time, I don't know if I could say my favorite movie of all time, but one of my favorite movies, is The Goonies. I mean, we had...
Yes, we all know. Actually, I don't know if everyone knows that. Everyone in Georgia knew that, though.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I could quote the entire movie when I was younger.
It is a pretty good movie, I must say. I've had to sit through it like multiple times.
Well, you have to filter it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think I've ever seen.
So when I grew up, I didn't really realize how much language, how much bad language was in those.
I don't think I've ever seen the full movie.
No, because we had the filter, and it would like VidAngel, it just shortens everything. So it takes out, like, if you filter out the cuss words, it shortens the movie by like 10 minutes. So it's pretty. I mean, you have to be careful what you watch. Trash in, trash out. But
yeah.
I didn't even realize I was watching that bad of a movie in the 80s. Nobody.
It wasn't.
All the language was bad in every show, and
well, it's starting
I didn't really
now.
notice it that much. Of course, I wasn't. My ears weren't.
You weren't
sensitive to bad language. I used bad language when I was a kid, so before I got saved.
Yeah. See, this is so hard for me.
But I remember.
What?
No, go ahead.
I think my favorite movie, I don't know if this is like my favorite movie of all time, but I do really like this movie. Like I could watch it multiple times and not get bored of it. It's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Really?
I love that movie.
Really?
I love Matthew McConaughey
Oh.
and Kate. Is it
wait a minute.
Upton?
Is Matthew McConaughey in How to Lose
Is
a Guy?
it How to Lose? Yeah, you're thinking of 10 Things I Hate About You. With Heath.
You're right.
Is it Heath
Yep,
Ledger?
yep,
Heath
yep.
Ledger.
Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong.
The Joker.
Yep.
He died. That was sad.
Yeah.
Now, I do like that movie, too. That's a good movie.
Is that right? I don't, whatever.
I mean, it's a girl movie.
Yeah.
I also do really like The Blind Side. I love, what's her face? What's her name? Now I'm going to forget. What's the main girl in it?
Sandra Bullock.
Yes, I love Sandra Bullock. One time, me and Nemo, I went to the beach with her for, like, Christmas break, and we watched every single Sandra Bullock movie known to man.
Did you watch Speed?
Actually, I don't know if I watched that one. We watched we tried to watch all of them. I watched Hope Floats, some weird tech movie she was in.
Demolition Man?
No, it was.
Oh, Net.
Yes, watch that.
Yeah, Net.
We
That's
watched.
a terrible movie now.
Is it?
Well, I mean, it's not. It's just way out of date.
We watched a bunch, but yeah, I do like Sandra Bullock.
That's funny.
And Miss Congeniality. I like that movie too.
Oh,
okay.
Gosh.
Well, that's all of our audience questions, but make sure you keep asking us them.
Yeah, that's all of them.
Now we can go into
But if I was going to say another movie, I would say Tombstone. It's got to be.
Oh, I've never seen
up there.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
You've never seen Tombstone?
No, I think Caleb tried to show it to us one time and I fell asleep. That was boring.
You thought Tombstone was boring?
I was 16, 17 when he tried to show it.
I don't care how old you are. You should never
Actually,
think
no, I was
Tombstone
definitely
is
18.
boring.
I've never seen it either.
You've never seen Tombstone?
I remember
What is wrong
only
with
reason
you?
I know it is because Caleb, when he lived with us that summer, he kept trying to show it to us on the TV. Or he showed it to us one time.
Good for Caleb.
And I was like, no, you were here, I think.
Why do I remember this?
Maybe there was a bunch of people here.
I remember you guys complaining about it.
I just don't remember.
Who complained? I'm upset.
No, I think it was probably me that complained, but I fell asleep.
I don't understand.
I think Charlie really likes it too.
Well, that's because he has good taste.
Okay, well, I've never seen it, so maybe I should watch it. Okay, now we will go into, speaking of boring movies, we can go into boring stuff.
All right, boring stuff.
Politics.
All right.
Welcome to it. Well, actually, this week's not very boring because it's the State of the Union.
Well, yeah, it was the Congress address. I don't know if it's technically the State of the Union, but whatever. But
it was an hour and 40 minutes.
It was what was it?
It was the longest one in history.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys proud of me for knowing that fact?
Trump. That's
by 10 minutes.
That's typical for him to talk a long time. So
I thought it was cool how he brought out the people.
Yeah.
Like that little boy, how he made him the special agent.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. It was a good touch.
Also, I also thought it was really, well, I was listening, obviously, to the Daily Wire, because that's the only thing, I don't know anywhere else to listen to my newscast. But
somebody help her out.
No, you guys told me to listen to that, so I did.
No. I was talking to the listeners.
Okay.
All five of you.
Drop in the comments what you listened to. But they were explaining how the Democrats wouldn't clap for anything. The only thing they clapped for was when they were speaking about Ukraine.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I thought that was kind of sad.
Well, it was a decision they made, so.
Yeah, but it shows what they care about, which is not America.
I think it was probably. I think they made a decision to it was against Trump, which is what they wanted to communicate. I don't know if it came off as that. So it is what it is. But I thought it was cool. They had a little kid on there that beat cancer, a 13-year-old DJ, and
the girl that got hit.
He made him a Secret Service, honorary Secret Service agent. Thought that was really cool. Laken Riley's family was on there, signed the executive order for her. I thought that was good.
And there was someone else, right?
There was a couple others. There was the
twin.
Well, the other thing that I remember, it was the young boy that made it into West Point. His dad, his police officer, was killed.
Yes.
And he told him, "Hey, your application's accepted."
Yeah, at the thing.
Live.
That was cool.
That was really, really neat.
Yeah, that was cool. I also liked how or I guess they said that usually in the meeting or whatever it is, they only really talk about what they're going to do in the future and not really what they've done.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool how he led with, these are the things that we said we were going to do, and we've done them.
I mean, it's pretty fast paced right now, so
yeah,
it was good. But
and
what's he did a really, it's interesting because every network scores, like the audience scores it, what percent was favorable, what percent was unfavorable toward it, and it was odd. Like he got like a 60% favorable rating to the whole thing, 70% in certain like CBS and like things that you would think that he would get negative. He got more favorable. So only like there was like a liked it, it was okay, and then hated it, kind of the deal. But only like 37% hated it. I think it was like an NBC poll or something like that.
That's cool.
Which was
it's good.
Not usual. So, I mean, like I don't think he did anything crazy, which he's known for being crazy and insane. I don't remember anything crazy during the speech that stood out to me. And every fact he put out, like every number he put out was pretty accurate. They tried to fact check, and there wasn't a whole lot of fact checking that came back negative that I recall. So anyway, it was a pretty decent speech. I hate sitting there listening to it because it's
I didn't listen to it.
But he was actually kind of funny this time. So he made a few jokes that probably some people didn't appreciate. But sometimes he's not, he shouldn't say certain things, but he does.
Well,
all right. Well, let's move away from that. Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Let's talk about how much we appreciate one person in this podcast.
Okay.
Let's appreciate Allie Grace Media.
Woo! Should we add the clapping effect?
Why don't we?
Yay!
Well, she can.
No, she cannot. That's too much.
That's right. You can't add the clapping effect at this point, right?
I mean, I can add it later.
Do not add it.
In post.
Well, whatever it gets done and looks good.
Allie Quesenberry has done it.
Allie Grace Media, Allie Quesenberry, is responsible for all the good. Anything that's bad, I'm responsible for.
Both of us.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's it.
We would be not here without her,
Sure.
basically.
So, Allie, say hello to everybody.
Hey, Allie.
The random voice that you hear sometimes. That's me.
Yeah, Allie Grace Media is behind the camera, Allie Quesenberry. She is a rock star for us, so we appreciate it. Do you have a desire to, like, you've taken some really good pictures.
Thanks.
If you don't follow Allie Grace Media, you should.
We'll leave her caption, or not caption, we'll leave her handle.
We will?
Give her the one that I upload everything.
Yeah.
Allie will put her stuff in the bio. Follow her, or it's at Allie Grace Media.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right?
That is true. Yes.
She's a great photographer.
She actually took some baseball pictures the other day. And Tyler, that photo of Tyler, I thought.
Sounded like you just said Totter.
Sorry. Sometimes I mumble. What I meant to say clearly was Tyler Wright. You took a picture of him.
It was really good.
I thought that was really a good picture.
Thanks.
Like the whole thing looked you caught it just the right moment.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite picture, I didn't know you took this photo of Jesse, of him in football season flexing.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that was your photo. I thought that was somebody else's photo this whole time.
Really?
Why do you think every single night Jesse would come home after Fridays and be like, I really need Allie to upload in the Dropbox?
I didn't pay attention to that.
Every single week he'd come to me, Addie, which picture you like? Which one?
Well, the funny story about that picture is he came up to me right after it happened. He came up to me after that play and he saw me, taking the pictures. We were at South Rowan, which was honestly one of the best games that we had. It was just a really cool environment.
Was so much fun.
That was the funnest game I've ever been a part of at Hickory Grove.
Yeah, it was insane.
Like it felt
in North
like
Carolina.
the most Friday Night Lights football.
Felt like
Not
the
in
most
North
real
Carolina for me,
football. Oh yeah, it's true. We went. Yeah.
But
he saw me taking pictures and he came up after, he had his reaction and whatnot. He's like, "Did you get a picture?" I was like, I barely got the sack. He's like, no, I don't care about the sack. I just care about the celebration afterwards. He's like, oh yeah, I got that.
So what's funny about that celebration and that picture is that was such a big play for us and such a big moment. He made that sack. It was a huge pivotal moment in the game.
My mom
And
did
so
a twirl
I'm
in
in the
stands.
back of the sideline, you know, coaching, and I step past the, you know, there's a 25-yard line box. Well, I step 1 foot step past that box, and I'm way back behind everybody, and kind of cheer back to Jesse. And the ref heard me, turned around, and threw a flag on me.
I forgot about
In that moment, I was like, I've been involved with football, I don't know, 30
Your whole life.
plus years. I mean, since I was in high school. And playing football, college, high school, coaching, post
Never gotten a
career.
flag?
Never one time have I gotten a flag. Not a personal foul, not an offsides. I got one flag one time in a spring game, my junior year, spring game, so it didn't count. It's like red and white game. And I jumped off sides. And Coach Bruce, David Bruce, wherever he is now, chewed me out so bad that I never got another penalty the rest of my career.
Wow.
Until that night. Good thing is, it was only a sideline warning. But, yeah, it could have been bad. Because that would have been...
Would they have called it back?
Well, it would have been a 15-yard penalty.
Oh my gosh, Dad.
So, yeah, it would have been bad.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and it was like ridiculous. Like I'd barely stepped out and just, you know, he flexed to the crowd and I was just flexing back. And
that was just his favorite moment because
he
is he loves attention. Not in a bad way. No,
he loves attention.
Not in a bad way. He just likes, if he does something good, he's like.
Well, he celebrates for anybody.
Oh, yeah.
So
that was not to make him seem bad.
Yeah. Well,
he's the biggest cheerleader on the field.
Yeah.
Right.
On the field, off the
Jesse
field.
loves
he's just really emotional. He's like the spark plug. He's out there all the time. So when he did it and then reacted, it was just, I reacted to that.
I think we all
and I matched his intensity a little bit too much. So I got the flag.
That's funny.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to get a flag.
Well, that's okay. It all happens sometimes.
Yep, that's right. So, Allie, before we get off that tangent, like, is this something you want to do for the rest of your life?
Whoa.
That's a big commitment. No, but I do enjoy photography. I've only been doing it, not even for 2 years. Only really in the sports world for about a year, but I love it. I enjoy, like, I grew up on sports. My dad coached baseball, played baseball, coached football. And so I've been around athletics like my entire life. And so this is just another way that I get to, appreciate it myself. So
then you eat.
Gerald Malloy gave you a really, really highly compliment the other day.
Really?
Yeah, because he was talking about how, like, just the shots you take in sports, like, because you've been around sports so much, you kind of know what to look for after a play's over.
Mm-hmm.
And like who to look at and take those photos and get those moments. And he's right. Gerald's right. You really know how to get those moments
in between
after the big play.
Yeah.
And in between the big plays. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You're really good.
You're gifted, and I'm glad you are helping us out because it's really helpful to us.
This is a learning process for me too. So video is not my, first thing, but I'm learning it. We're growing. So
I
think you do good at it.
We're low bar podcasters, so
it's
good that you're putting your talents to use to help us out.
That's true.
Yeah. Here's the talent. I'm like the sidekick.
You're also pick me.
Oh, sorry. It wasn't. She loves that word.
No, he just is. Like, that was pick me comment.
I was actually trying to be kind to you.
No, but you don't need to be.
Okay. So I'll stop being
Just be
kind.
honest.
No, I think, like, you don't need to be, like, because sometimes, like, you don't have to say, oh, well, I'm not good, but you are. Because it's like.
What I mean is, in comparison, you're better than I am. That's all.
Okay.
That's all. We'll leave it at that so I don't sound pick me for the rest of the time.
Pick me.
All right. That's all I got today for the episode 6. Maybe we could introduce your mother to the crowd.
Even though she doesn't think any of you guys want to hear from her,
Oh.
we all know you do.
So anyway, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Why'd you do that?
Well, I figured you're going to throw the same accusation at her.
I was making fun of her because she said that earlier, and I was like, I called her pick me too.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to hear from her. Well, at least I do.
I love her. So I think she's great. I think she's a good time. So
she's good.
I'm happy to sit with her anytime.
I'm glad.
All right, let's do that. We'll bring her in, and at least for a few minutes, and see what she has to say.
So if you guys have any questions for her,
we can put a story up.
Yeah.
Check out our Instagram.
That's a good idea.
There you go.
That's why you're in charge.
Let's do that.
We can do that. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Should we do another handshake? Because I think we made a terrible handshake with Lotta.
That wasn't
last the cover of our last
episode
5.
The thumbnail.
Wait, no, that was episode 4, guys. We're getting confused.
Oh my gosh.
I said, I didn't say the last episode.
We've been doing this for 6 weeks.
Actually, it's been longer because we recorded the first one and it took us a month to record the next one.
Well, because I went to Uganda.
You went AWOL.
Yeah.
You went to Survivor. Speaking of...
Oh, we'll talk about that with your mother.
We'll talk about Survivor and a new TV show that we think y'all should watch next week.
Yes, we can do that with your mom.
So make sure you tune in. It's going to be a good one.
Sounds good.
Peace. Cut that out.